Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr was the epitome of Hollywood glamour, a star whose beauty lit up the screens in the 1930s and 40s, yet behind the dazzling facade was a mind that defied every stereotype of a golden age actress. While she was captivating audiences in films like Samson and Delilah, Hedy was quietly working on a groundbreaking invention that would change the course of modern communication. During World War II, she co-developed a frequency-hopping technology designed to prevent enemy forces from jamming Allied torpedoes. This invention, created alongside composer George Antheil, was inspired by the mechanics of piano rolls. What makes this revelation even more astonishing is that her work laid the foundation for technologies like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which power the modern world. Despite her contributions, Hedy received no financial compensation or recognition during her lifetime. Hollywood saw her as a beauty, but she was a visionary whose intellect was decades ahead of her time. Between film shoots, she worked tirelessly on her inventions, proving that her brilliance extended far beyond the silver screen. Clark Gable. Clark Gable, the king of Hollywood, was the ultimate leading man, immortalized by his role in Gone with the Wind. At the height of his fame in the early 1940s, Gable made a decision that stunned the world. Following the tragic death of his wife, Carole Lombard, in a plane crash during a war bond tour, Gable enlisted in the U.S. Army Air Forces. This was not a publicity stunt or a symbolic gesture. Gable trained as a gunner and photographer, flying 5 combat missions over Europe during World War II. He risked his life in the skies, capturing footage of bombing raids and enduring the same dangers as the men he served alongside. His military service was so genuine that Adolf Hitler reportedly offered a reward for his capture. Gable's decision to step away from the safety of Hollywood and into the chaos of war was a testament to his character. While other stars supported the war effort from home, Gable put his life on the line, proving that his courage was as real as his on-screen charisma. Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball, the queen of comedy, was a trailblazer who redefined television with I Love Lucy. But her genius wasn't confined to the screen. While she was making audiences laugh, Lucille was quietly building an empire behind the scenes. In the 1950s, she co-founded Desilu Productions with her husband, Desi Arnaz. This wasn't just a vanity project. Desilu became one of the most influential production companies in television history, responsible for iconic shows like Star Trek and Mission Impossible. When her marriage to Arnaz ended, Lucille bought out his share of the company, becoming the first woman to run a major television studio. Her business acumen was as sharp as her comedic timing. She made bold decisions, greenlighting projects that others deemed too risky. Lucille's ability to balance her on-screen persona with her off-screen power was unprecedented. She wasn't just a performer. She was a visionary who shaped the future of television. James Stewart. James Stewart, the everyman of Hollywood, was beloved for his roles in films like It's a Wonderful Life and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. But his life off-screen was just as extraordinary. At the height of his career in the early 1940s, Stewart became the first major Hollywood star to enlist in the U.S. Army Air Corps during World War II. This wasn't a symbolic gesture. Stewart was a licensed pilot and flew combat missions over Germany, rising to the rank of Brigadier General in the Air Force Reserve. He didn't just lend his name to the war effort. He put his life on the line, flying dangerous missions and earning multiple military honors. Even after the war, Stewart continued to serve in the Air Force Reserve while maintaining his acting career. His dual life as a Hollywood star and a decorated military officer was a rare combination of fame and duty. Stewart's quiet heroism and dedication to his country added a layer of depth to the man behind the iconic roles. Marlene Dietrich. Marlene Dietrich, the sultry star of The Blue Angel in Morocco, was a symbol of glamour and sophistication. But beneath the glittering exterior was a woman of unshakable conviction. During World War II, Dietrich turned her back on her native Germany and became one of the most vocal opponents of the Nazi regime. While still at the height of her Hollywood career, she dedicated herself to entertaining Allied troops on the front lines, often performing in dangerous war zones. She also recorded anti-Nazi propaganda broadcasts in German, using her voice to undermine the regime she despised. Dietrich's commitment to the war effort went beyond performances. She donated her salary from war-related films to support the troops and worked tirelessly to sell war bonds. Her actions were not without risk. She faced criticism and threats for her outspoken stance, but she never wavered. Dietrich's courage and patriotism were as striking as her beauty, making her a true icon of both Hollywood and history. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin, the silent film genius who created The Tramp, was one of the most recognizable figures in the world during the early 20th century. While his comedic brilliance captivated audiences, Chaplin was also a shrewd businessman who refused to let the Hollywood studio system control him. In the year 1919, at the height of his fame, he co-founded United Artists alongside Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks, and D.W. Griffith. This wasn't just a vanity project. United Artists was a revolutionary move, giving filmmakers creative and financial control over their work in an era when studios dictated every aspect of production. Chaplin wasn't just a figurehead. He was deeply involved in the company's operations, ensuring his films were distributed on his terms. This decision allowed him to maintain complete artistic freedom, a rarity in Hollywood at the time. Beyond filmmaking, Chaplin was also an inventor. He held patents for several film-related devices, including a unique camera system. His technical innovations and business acumen were as groundbreaking as his performances, proving that Chaplin's genius extended far beyond the screen. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford, the star of Mildred Pierce and one of the most glamorous actresses of the Golden Age, was not content to rely solely on her Hollywood career. During her peak in the 1950s, Crawford became a corporate powerhouse. After marrying Alfred Steele, the president of Pepsi-Cola, she joined the company's board of directors. This wasn't a ceremonial role. Crawford actively promoted the brand, traveling the world to attend corporate events and meet with executives. She even appeared in Pepsi advertisements, seamlessly blending her star power with her business acumen. After Steele's passing, Crawford continued her work with Pepsi, becoming one of the first women to hold such a prominent position in a major corporation. Her dedication to the company was so intense that she reportedly carried Pepsi-branded items with her at all times, ensuring the brand was always represented. Crawford's ability to transition from Hollywood royalty to corporate executive was unprecedented, showcasing her determination and adaptability. Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire, the legendary dancer and star of films like Top Hat and Swing Time, was synonymous with elegance and grace. Yet while he was dazzling audiences on screen, Astaire was also building a business empire that reflected his passion for dance. In the late 1940s, at the height of his career, he co-founded the Fred Astaire Dance Studios. This wasn't just a licensing deal. Astaire personally trained many of the instructors to ensure the quality of the lessons met his exacting standards. The studios became a global phenomenon, offering dance instruction to people of all skill levels. Astaire's involvement went beyond branding. He was deeply committed to sharing the joy of dance with the public. The studios allowed him to create a lasting legacy, ensuring that his love for dance would continue to inspire future generations. Even as he remained a Hollywood icon, Astaire's business ventures demonstrated his ability to turn his passion into a thriving enterprise. Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo, the enigmatic star of Camille and Grand Hotel, was known for her reclusive nature and refusal to conform to Hollywood norms. While her acting career made her a global icon, Garbo had a secret passion that few knew about during her lifetime. She was an avid art collector, quietly amassing a collection of paintings and sculptures that would later be valued in the millions. Her collection included works by renowned artists like Renoir and Kandinsky, reflecting her sophisticated taste and deep appreciation for the arts. Garbo often attended art auctions incognito, determined to keep her private life separate from her public persona. Her investments in art were not just a hobby, they were a savvy financial strategy that secured her wealth long after she retired from acting in the early 1940s. Garbo's dual identity as a Hollywood star and a discerning art collector added another layer of mystery to her already fascinating life. Buster Keaton. Buster Keaton, the silent film legend known for his death-defying stunts and stone-faced humor in films like The General, was more than just a comedic genius. Behind the scenes, Keaton was a technical innovator who revolutionized the art of filmmaking. During his peak in the 1920s, he designed and built many of the mechanical gags and stunts that became hallmarks of his films. Keaton's understanding of engineering and physics allowed him to create elaborate set pieces, such as the collapsing house facade in Steamboat Bill Jr., which remains one of the most iconic stunts in film history. He also held patents for several film-related devices, including a unique method for synchronizing sound and film during the transition from silent movies to talkies. Keaton's technical expertise extended to editing and special effects, making him a pioneer in the industry. While audiences marveled at his on-screen antics, few realized the level of ingenuity and craftsmanship that went into every frame of his work. Keaton's legacy as both a performer and an innovator remains unparalleled. Gene Autry. Gene Autry, the singing cowboy, was a household name in the 1930s and 1940s. starring in countless Western films and recording hit country songs. Yet, while he was serenading audiences and riding into the sunset on screen, Autry was quietly building a business empire that extended far beyond Hollywood. He owned a chain of radio and television stations, including the influential KTLA in Los Angeles, which became a cornerstone of early television broadcasting. Autry's business ventures didn't stop there. In the 1960s, he purchased the Los Angeles Angels baseball team, transforming it into a major league franchise. His involvement in sports and media made him one of the wealthiest entertainers of his time. What's even more remarkable is that Autry managed to balance his business interests with his entertainment career, often using his fame to promote his ventures. His ability to transition from cowboy star to media mogul was unprecedented, proving that his talents extended far beyond the silver screen. Shirley Temple. Shirley Temple was the face of hope and joy during the Great Depression, captivating audiences with her charm in films like Bright Eyes and Curly Top. Yet even as a child star, Temple was more than just a performer. She became a merchandising phenomenon, with her likeness used to sell everything from dolls to clothing and even breakfast cereals. The Shirley Temple doll alone sold millions of units, making her one of the first Hollywood stars to capitalize on branding. What's even more surprising is that Temple, even as a child, was actively involved in approving the products that bore her name. Her family worked closely with manufacturers to ensure the quality of the merchandise, creating a legacy that extended far beyond her films. Temple's ability to dominate both the box office and the toy market was a testament to her enduring appeal. Her career as a child star may have ended in the 1940s, but her impact on Hollywood's approach to merchandising remains influential to this day. Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn, the swashbuckling star of The Adventures of Robin Hood and Captain Blood, was the epitome of Hollywood adventure. Yet while he was thrilling audiences with his daring on-screen exploits, Flynn was also pursuing a surprising business venture far from the glitz of Hollywood. In the 1940s, Flynn purchased a coconut plantation in Jamaica, where he became deeply involved in the production of tropical crops. This wasn't a passive investment. Flynn spent significant time on the island, overseeing the plantation's operations and even working alongside the local community. His love for Jamaica extended beyond business. He often described it as his true home. Flynn's dual life as a Hollywood star and a plantation owner was a stark contrast to his public image, revealing a man who sought solace and purpose away from the spotlight. Despite his reputation for living extravagantly, Flynn's work in Jamaica showed a more grounded and entrepreneurial side to the actor. Carole Lombard. Carole Lombard, the queen of screwball comedy, was one of the highest-paid actresses of the 1930s, starring in classics like My Man Godfrey and To Be or Not to Be. Yet behind her glamorous image was a woman with a sharp mind for finance. Lombard was an avid stock market investor, managing her own portfolio during her acting career. She was known for her meticulous research and often gave investment advice to her Hollywood peers. Lombard's financial acumen allowed her to maintain independence, in an industry where women were often financially dependent on studios or spouses. What's even more remarkable is that she balanced her financial pursuits with her demanding film schedule, often reading financial reports on set. Lombard's ability to navigate both Hollywood and Wall Street was a rare combination, showcasing her intelligence and determination. Her untimely passing in the early 1940s cut short a career in life that was as multifaceted as it was inspiring. Bela Lugosi. Bela Lugosi, forever immortalized as Count Dracula in the 1931 classic, was a horror icon whose on-screen presence defined an entire genre. Yet while he was terrifying audiences with his chilling performances, Lugosi was quietly working a side hustle that few would expect. During the 1930s and 1940s, Lugosi worked as a professional masseur, offering his services to Hollywood's elite. This wasn't a hobby or a passing interest. Lugosi used his skills to supplement his income, as horror films often paid less than other genres. His work as a masseur was kept relatively quiet, as he feared it might tarnish his image as a leading man in horror. Despite his fame, Lugosi's financial struggles were well documented, and his side hustle reflected his practical approach to making ends meet. His dual life as a horror legend and a masseur reveal a man who was willing to do whatever it took to support himself, even as he remained one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood. Mae West. Mae West, the bold and unapologetic star of films like She Done Him Wrong and I'm No Angel, was a trailblazer in Hollywood, known for her wit and charisma. Yet while she was captivating audiences with her provocative humor, West was quietly building a real estate empire. During the 1930s and 40s, She invested heavily in properties across Los Angeles and New York, becoming one of the wealthiest actresses of her time. West wasn't a passive investor. She personally managed her properties, negotiating rental agreements and ensuring her tenants were satisfied. Her real estate ventures were so successful that they provided her with financial independence, even during periods when her films faced censorship or public backlash. What's even more fascinating is that West's business acumen was entirely self-taught. She understood the value of diversifying her income and used her wealth to maintain control over her career. While Hollywood saw her as a symbol of glamour and rebellion, her real estate dealings revealed a shrewd and pragmatic side that few knew existed. Cary Grant. Cary Grant, the epitome of sophistication in films like North by Northwest and Bringing Up Baby, was more than just a debonair leading man. During his peak in the 1950s, Grant became a silent partner in Fabergé, a luxury cosmetics and fragrance company. This wasn't a superficial endorsement. Grant was actively involved in the company's marketing strategies, lending his suave image to its branding. His association with Fabergé helped elevate the company's status, making it a household name in the beauty industry. What's even more intriguing is that Grant's involvement in the business world was largely kept out of the public eye. He preferred to let his work speak for itself, avoiding the spotlight when it came to his financial ventures. His ability to balance his Hollywood career with his business interests showcased a level of sophistication and foresight that matched his on-screen persona. Grant's partnership with Fabergé was a testament to his understanding of branding and his ability to leverage his fame in unexpected ways. Barbara Stanwyck. Barbara Stanwyck, the versatile actress known for her roles in Double Indemnity and Stella Dallas, was a Hollywood powerhouse. Yet, while she was dominating the silver screen, Stanwyck was also running a working ranch in California. She owned a sprawling property where she raised horses and cattle, immersing herself in the rugged lifestyle of a rancher. This wasn't a vanity project. Stanwyck was deeply involved in the day-to-day operations of the ranch, often working alongside her staff to ensure everything ran smoothly. Her love for the outdoors and her ranching business was a stark contrast to her glamorous Hollywood image. What's even more surprising is that Stanwyck's ranch became a financial success, providing her with a steady income outside of acting. Her ability to balance the demands of her film career with the responsibilities of running a ranch revealed a level of discipline and determination that few could match. Stanwyck's dual life as a Hollywood star and a rancher was a testament to her resilience and independence. Paul Robeson. Paul Robeson, the groundbreaking actor and singer who starred in films like Showboat, was a man of many talents. While he was captivating audiences with his powerful performances, Robeson was also a trained lawyer and a passionate advocate for social justice. Before his rise to fame, he earned a law degree from Columbia University, and even during his peak as an entertainer, he used his legal knowledge to support civil rights and labor movements. Robeson often provided legal advice to fellow performers and activists, blending his two careers in a way that was both unique and impactful. What's even more remarkable is that Robeson's activism often came at great personal cost, yet he never wavered in his commitment to justice. His ability to navigate the worlds of entertainment, law, and activism made him a singular figure in Hollywood history. Robeson's legacy as both an artist and an advocate continue to inspire, revealing a man whose talents and convictions knew no bounds. Gloria Swanson. Gloria Swanson, the silent film icon who later starred in Sunset Boulevard, was a symbol of Hollywood's golden age. Yet while she was dazzling audiences with her performances, Swanson was also a pioneer in the health and wellness industry. In the 1920s and 1930s, she launched her own health food company, Multi-Prizes, promoting organic and natural foods long before they became mainstream. Swanson was deeply passionate about health and wellness, often developing recipes and personally endorsing her products. Her company sold items like health snacks and supplements, reflecting her belief in the importance of clean living. What's even more surprising is that Swanson's health advocacy extended to her personal life. She followed a strict diet and was known for her disciplined lifestyle, which she credited for her longevity and vitality. Swanson's ability to balance her acting career with her entrepreneurial ventures revealed a woman who was ahead of her time, both on and off the screen. Her work in the health industry was a reflection of her forward-thinking mindset and her determination to make a lasting impact. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. Also consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to get notified of our new videos each week. Thanks for watching.